Governors Union Insurance Center on the campus of Scheels Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler as we get set for North Dakota High School boys hockey action as the South-Shanley Bruins prepare to take on the St. Paul Johnson Governors. Well, folks, we're back to hockey action here on Shanley TV as the 6-5 Bruins get ready to take on the 10-1 Governors. South-Shanley looking to defend their home turf against the out-of-state rival Governors, who are on a four-game winning streak.
Is presented
and for more
by
on tonight's matchup, here's Jared Fowler.
Yes, it's a great way to start out this weekend here. Both teams out of state and out of conference, but they're going to be looking to put another win under their record. And the players to make that happen for the Governors are going to be Isaac Moberg, the point leader for the Governors, 13 goals, 18 assists, and he's backed up by his junior defenseman Carl Fish, 4 goals and 12 assists added up. He's really setting up a lot of the Governors' goals. And for the Bruins, Luke Sandy and Sean Braun. Luke Sandy, 16 goals, 10 assists, 11 points above any other player, and Sean Braun with 6 and 9 goals, adding up to 15 points.
All right, so a couple things to watch in tonight's game. Should be a fun one. For now, we're going to send things down to the PA announcer, but don't go anywhere, folks. Great game coming up next.
On behalf of the Bruins, their team and fans, we extend a warm welcome to the Governors and their fans. The North Dakota High School Activities Association and the EDC encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As high school student athletes who commit to fair play, responsibility, and respect, we invite you to support this effort. Let's first meet the starting lineup for the Governors. In goal, a senior number 43, Ezra Wentworth. At defense, a senior number 3, Thomas Haynes. At defense, a junior number 13, Carl Fish. At left wing, a senior number 11, Leo Liffring. At right wing, a sophomore, number 26, Tommy Heesh. And centering that line, a senior number 16, Isaac Lover. The Governors are coached by Moose Youngins and assisted by Greg Pokreva, Jim Munkwitz, Mike Grover, and Steve Ho. Now the starting lineup for the Bruins. In goal, the senior, number 31, Benjamin Bryant. At defense, the sophomore, number 6, Noah Lance. At defense, the senior, number 11, Mason Lance. At left wing, the junior, number 24, Tanner Beaton. At right wing, the senior, number 5, Jacob Connell. And centering at 9 for the Bruins, the senior, number 22, Casey Montgomery. The Bruins are coached by Dean French and assisted by Justin Kirchhoff. Now at this time, would you please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem this evening by Shanley Jr. Cassie Johnson.
Stripes and bright stars
Don't go anywhere, folks. High school hockey action is next after a brief word from our sponsors.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Scheels All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School hockey action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler as we get ready for tonight's matchup between two squads who don't meet too often, the South-Shanley Bruins and the St. Paul Johnson Governors going at it, a North Dakota-Minnesota battle. Always unpredictable in games like this, non-conference, out-of-state games. Jared, your last second thoughts here before we drop the puck?
Well, I think the key for the Bruins is going to be scoring some goals past Wenswig, who has got a .945 goal save percentage.
All right, well, we'll see if they can put up some points here tonight. Obviously, that's going to be a goal for the Governors as well, but we know both teams are very capable of that. And right off the bat, a quick shot on Bryant. Great opportunity there, and once again saved the barrage of shots from Isaac Moberg. And what a start here for the Governors.
Two great saves right from the start from Ben Bryant. Good awareness there, tracking the puck through all the bodies out front.
On for the draw now, it's Sandy and Moberg. Moberg wins that one back, and now the Governors go to work once again. Point shot, stays on the ice, not too hard for Bryant. Now the puck wraps around to the far side. Hayes tried to get under control. He couldn't. Braun almost took it away, but he couldn't quite track it down, and now the Governors are bringing it back in. Moberg moving along the near boards. Morehart trying to catch up to that puck. It gets tied up, and now Hansen's going to dish it off to Morehart, who goes right back to Hansen. Hansen tracking it down, throws it up ice to Braun. A little touch pass over to Sandy. Sandy now moving in with Harvey to his right. Luke Sandy cutting in towards the net, wraps around from behind. Puck knocked off his stick, still got it though. Sends it back to Braun. Braun now trying to center. That puck's taken away, and the Governors are able to come away unscathed from that rush. Moving in now is Fish. Fish wrapping around. Good pressure, though, from Zazada, not letting him get through, and now Sandy's going to bring it up once again for South-Shanley. Pressure coming from behind there. Nice forecheck by the Governors, and Sandy's forced to dump it in. Fast start here for both teams. Two quick shots for St. Paul Johnson set the tone, and then South-Shanley now has been racing this puck right back into the offensive zone ever since. Larson wraps around, fires one, steered aside by Wenswig. Puck loose in that near corner. Bruins able to hold the zone. Now Larson gives chase, trying to get it back in possession. From behind the net, it's Anderson. He dumps it off back to Larson. Larson taking pressure, trying to find a man, and Lance takes it in the neutral zone and just dumps it back in. South-Shanley keeping the pressure on right now, but they're struggling to find some shots here. Pass intercepted by Montgomery, just about lost it himself, and now it's flipped once again into the Governor's zone. Shingzing throws it around, and that puck's played up in the middle of the ice to Shingzing. He lost it, and it's thrown right back into the Governor's zone. Scrum for the puck. Finally, the Governors are able to bring it out, and we'll see if they can keep it out. They're just going to dump that one in, though, and get the change. Not getting quite the same pressure they had early on in this one, but you know that could change at any time. Puck comes out, lost at the blue line, and now Montgomery gives chase for the Bruins. Montgomery tracking down Fish. Fish still got it, though, behind his own net. He steers it up ice. Now Heesh trying to break through. That one thrown right back in, though, by Hansen. 14-10 now left in the first period. Both teams trading blows here. No one really finding any seams, though. Puck dumped back in behind the Bruin net. Morehart retrieves, throws it up to Harvey. Harvey couldn't get control. The puck's then fired on, ricochets off a skate. Bryant stretches out trying to get to it, and it's gotten under control by Hansen behind his own net. Braun now on the far side, gets that one off up to Sandy. 2-on-2 opportunity now for the Bruins. Luke Sandy with a nice move, shot just wide. Wenswig able to steer it aside. Bruins trying to hold the zone and keep the pressure. They cannot, though. Great effort from Austin to get it out of his zone. And after a very successful shift there for the Bruins, they just can't capitalize, and they send that top line off. Governor's now going to look to answer as Austin goes down. Zazada flips it up the boards. And then Larson grabs it. Larson throws it up. Still loose, and then Larson takes a huge hit into the boards. And that puck is dumped back in as Christian Larson gets up a little slow. Fish with the breakout pass. Austin tried to steer it up ice. He could not. Then took a hit there from Larson. Maybe a little retaliation. Getting a little chippy out there. And now we've got a whistle as there's a penalty on South-Shanley.
What a hit from Larson there. You could see he was eyeing that man across the rink, just going for him. He's going to get called for elbowing there.
See the last little bit of that shift, you saw it get a little physical. A little bit of an edge coming into this game now with 12:56 left to go in the first. On the draw, it's Montgomery for South-Shanley and Leo Wiefering for the Governors. At the blue line now is Fish. Fish gives that one off. Cross-ice pass tipped by Montgomery. Puck loose, gloved by Bryant. Flash in the leather there is Ben Bryant as Luke Heffernan just about buried that shot. What a wrister there from the defenseman.
Looks as though Ben Bryant just had his glove in the right place at the right time.
And how about Ben Bryant so far in this one? Just 3 saves, I believe, but boy, have they been impressive because the Governors, when they get that puck on their sticks, they really let it rip. So St. Paul Johnson now trying to capitalize on this power play. A shot from the point steered aside once again by Bryant. Heffernan in the corner, into rest. Honnold moves in to try to scoop that puck up. He can't though. Loose now. Shot. A pass instead in front of the net. Still won't go. And a clear for South-Shanley. So a nice stand by the penalty kill unit. Fish behind his own net. Brings it up now. Throws it over to Heffernan. Heffernan across the blue line, doubles back, looking. Gives it over to Fish. That one tipped though by Beaton, and then Beaton's going to bring it up for the Bruins. And he'll just dump it in and try to chew more clock. A minute to go now on this power play for the Governors. Fish taking his time, moving forward, just going to dump it in. Moberg goes over there to try to set up. He's tied up with Lance, able to steer that puck off over in the corner now to Campbell. Heffernan with it. Heffernan over to Campbell. Campbell out top to Fish. Fish over to Moberg. Moberg moves in over to Heffernan. Shoots. Saved by Bryant. Closing the gap. It looked like it was a sure thing there for a second. And then Bryant was able to get over there. 25 seconds left on the penalty now. 11:18 left to go in the first. Fish once again from behind his own net. Carrying it forward is Cray. Cray moving in. We've got a whistle, and I believe they'll catch the Governors offsides.
Well, it's been a good power play here by the Governors. Just not able to put anything away, though. But for the Bruins, they've been playing pretty good defense, and it looks like they're going to get the end result of this penalty kill that they wanted. No goal for the Governors.
Well, we'll see if that is the case. Just 13 seconds left. You're right, Jared. It's been pretty successful for South-Shanley. Gotta finish it out, though. That faceoff won by Sandy. Back to Johnson. Johnson now on the near side, able to get it out. And that should do it here for the penalty on South-Shanley. Puck passed over in the corner to Hayes, and now it's brought up ice as the Governors are trying to mount a charge back at even strength. Sandy tried to get that one out, but it's loose and scooped up by the Governors. Hayes in the near corner. His pass won't go anywhere, though. Now there's a scrum for the puck behind the South-Shanley net. Benegas trying to come away with it. He's got Johnson right on him, and now Braun is able to find the loose puck, and he flips it up for Honnold. Honnold, though, couldn't get away with it. And now Braun throws it over to Johnson. Johnson cross ice over to Lance. Lance up to Honnold, who steers backwards. Tried to throw it off the boards, but it's sent back in instead by Hayes. Bryant steers it forward to Johnson. He goes behind his own net and throws it up to Honnold. Honnold trying to get out of his zone. It's scooped up by Moberg, though. Moberg with a great move. Lance able to catch back up to it, though. Bruins playing physical there behind their own net. Still loose, though. Moberg now comes away with it for the Governors. Moberg looking, passes no one home. Heffernan moved in. He couldn't get a look at it, though. He had Honnold on him. He has the puck, and then he loses it, and the Bruins are able to escape out of their own zone. Anderson got his stick on that pass. Moberg tried to catch back up to it. He could not. Weefering throws it in, and the Governors are going to go off for a change. Max Anderson bringing it up now. He passes over to Greatzer. Greatzer that time looking for Trainer, but he couldn't find him. Morehart takes it, trying not to get that one scooped off his stick. He's able to steer it up to Greatzer, who takes a huge hit at center ice. 9:15 to go here in this first period as the Governors enter the Bruins zone. Pass just in front of the South-Shanley net. Bryant not having to work on that one. Puck steered in by Campbell now. Morehart surveys, got Austin on him, able to get it off to Trainer. Trainer trying to throw it up along the boards. Great job by Campbell to keep it in. Campbell now working against Montgomery, and that puck comes out. Trainer with a little move, working his way through. It's finally knocked off his stick and thrown up ice. Morehart sends it way down into the Governor zone as the Bruins go off for a change. Puck wraps along the near boards. It's loose now, and Benegas takes a big hit from Harvey. Johnson behind his own net up to Harvey. Harvey can't get a handle on it. Puck whiffed at the blue line. McClellan thought he had it, and it just skipped over his stick and went out. Puck checked back in now. Johnson steers it up for Harvey. Again trying to escape his own zone. He loses his stick. And now Montgomery has it for the Bruins. Montgomery moving forward. Benegas active with the stick, and now Braun has it for the Bruins. Sean Braun with speed. Got a double back, look for a man, losing his footing, able to get back to it. Braun fires one on net, steered aside. Wenswig standing strong so far when he's been tested. Sandy moves and fires one just wide once again. And this time, again, Harvey couldn't put it away. Wenswig, one of the top goaltenders in the state of Minnesota with a .945 save percentage, and you're seeing why. Luke Sandy still active in that offensive zone, keeping it in, and now Larson scoops it up. Great pass out in front. Greatzer couldn't bury it. Puck lost there by Lance along the boards. Greatzer was able to get back to it, still keeping it in is Greatzer. Larson with the puck now, can't find anyone, tried to shoot it himself, it was blocked. McClellan to clear this thing once and for all, and he finally will. A great test there by the Bruins, but the Governors stand strong as Larson's going to take it, and then he takes another huge hit. Christian Larson is taking a beating out there right now. Lance has that one skip over his stick. He steers it back in, and it's grabbed by Hayes. Hayes up ice now. He finds Austin. Austin working against Morehart. Throws it past him and goes in with speed as he tried to jam it into the net. It comes off its moorings, and we get to stop him play.
Very physical play in these opening just 10 minutes here, and I'll be looking to see more of that later in the game.
6:46 left to go in the first period. A real back and forth game right now. This puck headed back into the Governor's zone. And it looks like there's a penalty now on the Governors. It's on Austin. I'm not sure what that's going to be for, but he was quite active along the South-Shanley net, getting his stick in there. I'm not sure what the call is for. Nonetheless, South-Shanley going on the power play.
I'm guessing for the hit from Christian Larson there, but I'm not sure about that.
And it's a minor for slashing. So Austin was pretty active with the stick there in the South-Shanley zone, so they might have caught him whacking away at someone. So now we get to see the Bruin power play for the first time tonight. Sandy with a great pass over to Montgomery, and they just about capitalized in the first 30, but they couldn't bury it. Sandy now with it. He's in trouble as he is thrown to the ground there. Tough defense by Heffernan. Montgomery back over to Sandy. Sandy again with Heffernan right on him. Montgomery comes away with it, throws it in on goal. It's saved by Wenswig.
Wow, it looks as Casey Montgomery went around that net, he was going to find a hole and put it in, but it just hits off that post and gets stuck right in Wenswig's legs.
Well, you'll see Sandy again in trouble there with Heffernan. He has just thrown the body on him. And then look at that, a perfect hole for Montgomery. And that thing was close. It was right along the line there. Lance over to Sandy. Sandy looking, fires, steered aside with the blocker. Harvey took a hit out in front of the net. Zazada able to keep it in the zone. Harvey trying to keep it in, and he will. And now the puck's thrown behind the Governor net. Off the boards, Lance couldn't grab it with the hand, and now Zazada's got to retrieve. Under a minute to go on the power play. 5:30 left to go in the first. Zazada passes over to Sandy. Sandy now on the near side. He's moving in. Steers back, gives a puck off over to Lance. Lance trying to work it along the boards to Braun. It skipped over his stick, though. Harvey in there trying to get to it. He can't, and now we'll get another clear for the Governors. Bryant grabs that one and gives it off over to Lance. 15 seconds left. They'll get one more chance here. That puck, though, lost the pass just off the money, and so it looks like the Bruins won't get that last rush here on the power play. Greatzer moving up ice as that penalty expires. He dumps it in as Anderson gives chase. Anderson able to work it around the defenseman. Greatzer has it now. He's looking for a man in front. Trainer couldn't get to it, though. Another good opportunity, but Austin is there to scoop up the loose puck. And he's some fresh legs out of the penalty box. Here comes Austin. He shoots. Saved by Bryant.
What a quick reaction there by Ben Bryant to close his leg there as he saw he was going 5-hole.
And that is the last second Brian closes his legs, and that is one of those close your eyes and pray moves right there, because Austin has got one heck of a shot. Moberg and Montgomery in on the draw. Montgomery able to win it back to Morehart. Morehart works along the boards looking for Lance. Lance tried to get around the forward, and he's able to get that loose puck off over to Montgomery. Governors keeping the puck in the zone. Got the pressure coming, but now it's Beaton who takes it out of the zone for South-Shanley. Fish grabs this one. Puck goes along the boards over to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to get back to Beaton. Fish right there to take it away. Montgomery back to the puck, steering it along to Honnold. Honnold in duress now. Being worked along the boards, tried to get it out in front of the net, but he couldn't find an opening. Fish makes a nice play to clear it out of the zone, but then that puck is steered right back in by the Bruins. And now the Governors, once again, will try to get it out. Puck passed up ice off the skate of one man, and it looked like a 3-on-2 for a minute, but Moberg couldn't settle the puck down as he throws that one back into the zone. Lance moving up ice now. Just dumps it in, and the Bruins will get a partial change there. Up and down play right now. Both teams going in and out of each other's zones real quick, just like that. And now 3 minutes left on the clock here in the first as the Bruins grab that puck behind their own net. Mason Lance over to Braun. Braun back to Hansen. Hansen over to Lance, looking for him. Pass was a bit in front. Lance was able to steer it up to Harvey. Sandy able to get out of the zone, but not able to get possession. Hansen now bringing it up. Throws it over to Greatzer, who just about had a play on it, but it was nicely broken up by Moberg. The younger Moberg, that is, Luke. Lance looking for Greatzer once again. That puck is broken up in traffic, and now Campbell brings it in. Campbell trying to work his way around Mason Lance. He doubles back, has a man. It's Austin out in front. Couldn't put it in. Lance got Austin on him. He goes to the ground. Now the Governors have an opportunity to set up. Anderson takes a big hit. Hansen steers it along the boards, and Harvey will be the one to retrieve. Shot broken up partially there. Still loose in front of the net. Shot off the pipe, or maybe Bryant. It's tough to tell, but it didn't go in. Heffernan throws one, again just wide. And now 2 minutes remain here in the first. That puck loose at the blue line. Anderson able to get it out. Nice play by the senior. Austin tried to make a move. He was able to get back to it, though. Shot goes off of Bryant, loose on his left side. Great play by Hansen behind his own net, able to get that off the stick of Moberg, but now that puck's going to go down ice, and that'll be icing on the South-Shanley Bruins with 1:36 to go.
The Bruins get a well-needed change there after the Governors were holding it in their zone for about a minute and a half.
Face-off between Moberg and Montgomery. That one won by Moberg. Honnold just about got there, but it was just out of his reach. Morehart behind his own net, tried to go back to Johnson, couldn't find him. Johnson comes in himself. Now Montgomery trying to bring it out, has that one taken off his stick. Fish trying to get back to the puck, loads up, fires one wide. Hayes with it, dumping it in. Moberg couldn't do anything with it. Backhand pass, going nowhere though. There was no one home on the pass from Liefering. Johnson looking, wheels around, pass off the boards up to Montgomery. 1 minute left now in the first period. Off the stick of Beaton, he wanted that one back, would have had a play, and now Fish moves in. Fish fires on goal, glove by Bryant. And how about the play of Ben Bryant so far in this game?
It has really been great. I mean, the Governors have been getting a lot of shots on, and they have all been high-quality shots too, but Brent Bryant's just been shutting them down.
49 seconds left. Bryant going to try to continue that here as the Governors get a face-off in the offensive zone. Shingzing working against Sandy. And they're going to kick Sandy out of that one. It'll be Braun in to take his place. Braun unable to win that one as it's loose to Harvey. Harvey trying to get it out, saved by Bryant. Hansen goes backhand, trying to get it over to Lance. It's Harvey who's got to come in, though, to get it. He's knocked off by Benengus. Shot from McClellan goes left, and now this puck is grabbed loose by Benengus. Thrown up ice to Braun. Braun trying to get to it, and it'll find its way back into the Bruins zone. Attempting to get the clear now is Braun, who works it past the blue line, then kicks it forward with his skate. Sandy on the far side goes hard to the ground and draws the penalty. And now with just 13.9 left in the first, the Bruins will go on the power play. Take a look at the replay. I believe that's Fish. And it will be Fish to the box. You'll see he grabbed onto Sandy there and just kind of pulled him down, working him along the boards.
Not a very good penalty there by Fish. Not really needed with just 14 seconds here left in the period.
Tough break also for the Governors as Fish is one of their best defenders. Lance over to Sandy, who fires a blast that's steered aside by Wenswig. And with that clear, that should do it for the first period. So after one period of play, we're all knotted up 0-0. And Jared, your impressions on that first period?
Well, I think it's going to be all about the goalies here. Ben Bryant and Wenswig. They have just been performing great here. Both teams been getting high-quality chances, but the goalie's just been shutting them down. I think the team that's going to go ahead is the team that their goalie has the first mistake and gives up the first goal.
All right, well, real back and forth game here. Still 2 periods left to play, and don't forget, folks, when we come back, the Bruins will still have 1:47 of power play, so don't go anywhere. Some more great hockey is coming up after this. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School hockey action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler as we get set for the second period of action here between the South-Shanley Bruins and the St. Paul Johnson Governors. And folks, before we get back to the action, we would just like to take a brief minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. And also, don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media, get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts, like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV. Follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV, and now you can follow us on Instagram at ShanleyTV. So, as we get ready to come back to the action now, just a couple seconds before we drop the puck for the second period, and the Bruins will have a minute 47 left of power play to start this off. So, Jared, your expectations here for the second?
Well, I think the Governors just got to keep up the physicality. I mean, they've got a couple penalties from that, but don't let that deter them. It's been really working for them this game to get a lot of chances.
All right, so we're back underway now in the second period. The Bruins trying to capitalize on this power play. Braun tied up in the near corner. Going at it, it's Sandy who comes away with it, though. Braun now dishes it back to Sandy, who goes back to Braun. Sandy on the near side, throwing it up to Zazada. Zazada over to Lance. He fires a shot from the point that's blocked. And then that one is just thrown out for the clear. Luke Moberg there. Getting set now is Lance behind his own net. 1:05 left to go on the power play. Braun with some speed working around the defender. He throws one in on net. Sandy tried to bring it down with his hand. He couldn't. Puck flipped up over to Braun. Braun tied up. Able to get it off over to Sandy. Sandy now to Lance. Lance fires from the point. Again, it won't go. Harvey thrown to the ground right in front of the net. Zazada over to Lance. Now over to Sandy. Now back to Lance. He fakes the shot. Goes to Sandy. Sandy tried to get the shot off. He couldn't. Braun looking. Goes back to Lance. Now to Zazada. Zazada fakes the shot. Wheels around. Moving in. Trying to get rid of it. And he tried to get that puck off over to Harvey. Able to hold the zone. Still with it is Zazada. What a nice move. Sandy now moving in. Trying to go backhand. Shoots and scores! Luke Sandy on the power play. And a 1-0 lead for South-Shanley.
What a play by Luke Sandy there. Just goes straight around the defender and puts it 5-hole right in between Wentslake's legs.
Absolutely beautiful move there on the power play. And I tell you what, Luke Sandy has got some of the prettiest hands in the state of North Dakota. My goodness. So the face-off at center ice now as the Bruins hold the 1-0 lead. With 15:20 left to go here in the second. Loose puck out in front, though. Governors had an opportunity to equalize that. South-Shanley narrowly escaping disaster there. Montgomery now gets that puck out of the zone. Governors check it right back in. And I tell you what, St. Paul has got some fire right now. They want to equalize this thing quick. Holding the zone there was Heffernan. Now Morehart gives chase behind his own net. Big hit. And now we've got a whistle.
It's going to be a penalty for the Bruins. Interference on Derek Morehart. He was tying up Austin there out front of the net, but Austin was nowhere near the puck.
So a tough break there for South-Shanley. Close call. And Morehart will head to the bench. So everything going the Bruins' way there at the beginning of this period. They get the 1-0 lead on the power play. But now they're going to have to defend here for 2 minutes against a very strong St. Paul power play unit. And now we've got a whistle there as that puck is deflected up off of Bryant. See the hammer from the point here. Just straight into the air. Face off in the neutral zone now.
On the Bruins, number 7, Garrett Moore.
Montgomery tied up for that one, looked like he won it, then he just tried to shoot it. Now Fish has it for the Governors. Fish along the near side takes a hit from Montgomery. Johnson gives chase on that puck for the Bruins. Heffernan over to Fish, back to Heffernan. Austin up to Fish. He looks, then goes in the corner, near side to Moberg. Fish fires one, and now we've got another whistle. And this puck is headed out of the zone. Let's see if we can catch what this is for.
Great passing by the Governors, trying to set something up, and it looked like they had some kind of chance there before the ref blew the whistle.
I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like he was pointing towards the net. Perhaps it came off. Not really sure. A couple of whistles here we're not too positive about, but nonetheless, a minute 10 left to go on this power play. 14:05 left on the clock. Pass out in front. That one tipped before it could find its way into the slot. And then that one steered up by Montgomery. Governors holding the zone still. Shot stays low on the ice, trying to hammer that one back in was Wiefering. He couldn't get to go though. Larson tied up, and it's Montgomery who comes away with it and is able to exit the zone now with 45 seconds left on the penalty. 13:37 left in the period. Governors coming in with numbers now. Fish, backhand pass looking for Moberg. It was tipped into Bryant, who hangs on for the save. Ben Bryant continuing a nice evening. He had 11 saves in the first period, and he's adding to that total right now. Face off now in the Bruins zone. One back to Moberg. Moberg over to Hayes. Governors cycling this puck. Some nice passing. They're trying to find the opening for the shot, though. Quick shot from the corner won't go. Bryant beats it back with his pads. Moberg to Hayes. Still unable to find anything, and then beaten will clear for the Bruins. And with 2 seconds left, that is going to do it. So a huge penalty kill here for the Bruins was a great opportunity for the Governors. And now Braun gets the puck over to Sandy. Sandy moving in, has a man to his right, passes over, shoots just wide. Sandy gets back to the puck around the net. It's loose. No one can find it. Braun with it. He fires, caught in traffic. Able to get back to it, though. A little bit of pressure now for the Bruins coming off the penalty as that puck's deflected into the netting. But my goodness, that was almost a disaster there for St. Paul.
Yeah, the Bruins caught them off guard there and had a quick 3-on-1, but Honnold just firing that one wide.
So a tough break for South-Shanley, but they got to be happy about the kill. And folks, here in an update from Shanley girls basketball, the number 4 Deacons are leading number 2 Grand Forks Red River 41-30 at the half. Loose puck in the corner. Sandy grabs it. Got pressure on him. Steers it back to Braun. Braun pass out in front to Harvey. Beautiful feed. Just not quite there. Governors come in with a 3-on-2. Great speed there from Fish. Made Bryant come all the way out of his net. Harvey trying to catch up to that puck and get it out. Sandy takes a whack at it. He can't get it to go. Scrumming for that puck now. Lance throws it along the boards. Braun trying to get it out. Braun instead throws it back to his defender. And now that puck's taken by McClellan. On the near side, it's Moberg with it. Moberg cuts inside. Lance knocks the puck away, flips it up, and is able to get the clear. Fish up ice to Moberg. Moberg now able to find Heesh. Heesh throws that one out in front. Greatzer trying to catch up to it. Steers it back to Morehart. Hansen there. He's going to wrap it around looking for Anderson. Anderson able to get out of the zone, but it's fired right back in by Hayes. Bryant settles it down behind his net. Morehart lost his hold on it. Anderson gives chase. Hansen ties up the man behind the net. Now a feed out in front. Beautiful opportunity, but he just couldn't quite get a hold on it. It was Heesh who had the great look there. Heesh now back with the puck. He flips it up the boards to Moberg. Moberg now in the corner finds Wiefering. Another scrum for that puck. A whole bunch of guys tied up. And now Larson is going to grab it on the near side and bring it up ice. Christian Larson fires one off the skate of Hayes. Loose out in front, Greatzer. Opportunistic shot, just doesn't find its way through. Now we get a stop and play with 10:47 left in the second.
Yeah, the puck just happens to bounce out front, and Robbie Greatzer finds himself wide open out front, but just not able to put that one away.
Draws a tie there as that puck is loose behind the net. Now it's brought up by the Governors. Lance got a piece of that pass with his stick. Austin moving in with speed, but a great play there by Mason Lance to poke that away. Montgomery wins the battle for that one. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson to Honnold. They can't clear, though. Heffernan tried to feed it inside. Johnson was there, and now Honnold has it. Montgomery able to get the puck off. And now Beaton gives it up to Johnson, who's able to get out of the zone. Johnson wraps it along the boards. Wenswig tried to settle it down. And now the Governors set up and head back down ice. Another dump, though, as Heffernan is just going to throw it in. Hansen up to Braun. Braun evading pressure, wheeling around. Throws it off the boards to Hansen. Hansen throws this pass up looking for Braun, but he can't find him. It's then sent into the Bruins zone where Hansen is there to collect it. Braun corrals that one on the near side looking for Sandy. It was out of his reach, though, and now it's a 3-on-3 for the Governors. Fish with the shot, loose. Bryant stopped it at first, but it's loose out in front. No whistle yet. Still they're going to play on, and finally the Bruins get the whistle as Ben Bryant continues to make some unreal plays out there.
Wow, Ben Bryant's just coming up big there. He's just sitting down, and a late whistle by the refs, but Ben Bryant somehow able to keep that one out.
And you know, it was a nice job there by the referee behind the net because that puck was not covered by Bryant. I think a lot of guys would have just blown that whistle as it was very tough to see, but that puck got tracked. And it was a good no whistle for a while there. 9:21 on the clock now as this draw will be in the Bruins zone. It's going to be Larson and Moberg. Face-off thrown back by Moberg. With speed, he's thrown off by Morehart, though. Morehart catches it in his skates, trying to work it up to Anderson. Anderson flips it along the boards. Larson again taking a big hit. Morehart trying to track it down, got Moberg moving in on it, able to poke it over to Johnson. Johnson along the boards. Greats are going to track it down, but the Governors maintain possession. Weefering almost out of play, but Greatser is there to scoop up the loose puck, and he throws it down into the Governor zone.
It looked like Derek Morehart might have sustained an injury here. Let's see if he can get back into the game later on.
I believe you're right. He is down on the bench. And we'll try to keep you updated there. Meanwhile, the Bruins, though, in a bit of trouble in their own zone right now. A big hit on Johnson. That puck's loose in front still. And it's going to finally go in. An unfortunate series of events for the Bruins in front of their own net. And let's get a look at this replay.
Bodies all out front of the net, but somehow Governor is able to put it in.
And Johnson takes the big hit into the boards. That one's loose out in front. It'll look like Bryant maybe had it. But the Governors, to their credit, they just kept whacking away at that one, and it finds its way in. So good effort there from the visitors as they're able to tie this one up 1-1. Austin going to move in. That puck thrown up by Lance, though. Shot from the point. Bryant able to save it. It was a shot from Moberg, the younger one, the defenseman. 8:15 left to go here in the second now. Puck loose out in front, shot just wide there. Good opportunity, though, for Benegas. And now Bryant will cover up, so a couple of quick shots here and saves in the Bruins zone. Shingzing threw that one on the backhand, but Bryant was able to get on top of it. Now it's Shingzing and Montgomery on the faceoff. Montgomery wins that one back to Hansen. Hansen wraps it along the boards looking for Beaton. Beaton steers it up ice. The Governor's able to hold the zone. Johnson throws it along the boards. Beaton trying to poke away at it. He couldn't get to it though. Hansen over to Johnson. Johnson now to Montgomery. It's Beaton though who grabs it. Still unable to get the clear here are the Bruins, and finally it'll work its way out. As Beaton takes that puck, looking for Honnold. It was intercepted though, and here comes Fish. Fish moving in, working against Hansen. On the outside, try to cut back in. A couple of bodies threw him off that puck. Pass then broken up by Beaton. Then finally Montgomery takes it away and clears it out of the zone. Hayes, fresh off the bench, will throw that one back in. Bryant stops it, and now Johnson has it. Johnson able to get it off over to Beaton. Beaton along the boards, back to Johnson. Johnson up ice to Honnold. Honnold flips it forward, and the Bruins will go off for a change as the top line heads back out there. 7 minutes left to go now in the second. That puck back down into the Bruins zone for an icing. So the face-off now in the St. Paul zone, won by Sandy, working against Moberg. Shot fired wide by Lance. Sandy able to get to it. Being worked off that puck, though. Strong defense from Moberg, the defenseman. Heesh had his pass intercepted by Sandy, but Moberg got back to it and then gives it off over to his brother, Moberg. Backhand pass. Oh, my goodness. That was going to be a thing of beauty, but it was broken up there by Bryant and the defenseman. And Braun throws that one in, but it's broken up there by Heffernan. Puck loose along the boards. Lance trying to keep the pressure on. Braun giving chase. Braun able to get to it, tried to flip it behind him. It was stopped by Moberg. And now Harvey has it. Harvey over to Lance. Lance looking, shot from the point, won't go. Anderson in there, he can't get to it. Along the boards, it's Lance. Still, he shoots, saved by Wenswig. Anderson being physical down in the corner, but he couldn't quite trap that puck, and now the Bruins go back to chase this one. 5:52 left in the second. Trainer up to Larson. That one just out of reach. Passed up into the neutral zone to Austin. Austin with the move to get around Lance. He's got the puck, feeds a beautiful pass in front. It was broken up by Larson, though. Lance working against Campbell there. Nothing comes out of that one. Scrum in the near corner. St. Paul wants a call for something there. Not quite sure what it was. There was some physical play there, and now there is a whistle.
It's going to be on the Governors.
And that'll be Austin headed to the box.
Oh, for boarding or checking from behind, either or.
And it's going to be a 2-minute minor there on Austin, which is good for St. Paul because that could have been a 5-minute, depending on what the refs called it. So contested call there in the corner. South-Shanley, we have seen them effective on the power play in this one. Their one goal tonight is a power play goal. And they've got that top unit out there. Sandy, Braun, and Harvey, the forwards. Lance and Zazada, the defensemen. Worth noting, Zazada usually is a forward. Tonight he is a defenseman, though. So that should add a little bit of offense here to this power play unit.
And it looks like they did turn it to a 5-minute major, so A.J. Austin will be in the box for another 5 minutes.
So a huge opportunity right now for South-Shanley. It's a tie game. Right now the momentum in favor of St. Paul after that goal. But this could be big for the Bruins here to try to retake their lead. Braun with a nice move, flips the puck up to Sandy. Sandy moving in, circles back, gives over to Lance. Lance goes right back to Sandy. Sandy now over to Braun in the corner. Braun up to Lance, over to Zazada. Zazada over to Sandy. Sandy fires, couldn't get a handle on it. Braun shoots just wide. Harvey and Sandy in there working for the puck. Able to get it off over to Braun. Bruins continuing the pressure. Sandy surveys, has Lance. Lance up ice over to Braun. Some nice passing here by the Bruins. They're looking for the shot as Braun fires the one-timer wide. And now it looked like it was going to be the clear, and it will be on the second attempt there from Moberg. And the Bruins will change. Lance looking, thought about threading the needle there, dumps it in off the boards though, and it's sent right back into the Bruins zone. 4 minutes left to play now in the second period, 3:35 left on the penalty. Montgomery able to get past a few men. He brings it into the zone himself now, dumps it back off to Greatzer. Greatzer looking for Honnell. That one bounced past the net. Honnell on the far side over to Morehart, who is back in the game, and that puck off the skate of Lance. He has to retreat and dump it off back over to Morehart. Morehart up ice looking for Montgomery. That one handled by Wenswig there. A little bit of a bouncer though, had to be careful. Now this one almost cleared. Morehart able to hold it, and finally it will be dumped out, but it goes into the South-Shanley bench. And now Coach French is going to call a timeout here, it looks like. And that will be what he does now with 3:28 left to go in the second. So you got to like the call here by Coach French, taking the timeout. This is a big opportunity for the Bruins. They've still got 3 minutes left on this power play. Probably giving that top unit a rest and then getting ready to send them back out there, wouldn't you say, Jared?
Yeah, it looks like the first line for the Bruins would be heading out there. Big chance for the Bruins here. Probably the biggest of the game so far. Being on the power play for a full 3 minutes before this period ends. If they want to take the lead, now's the chance.
Not too often you get a 5-minute major handed against the opposition. Already 2 minutes elapsed right now. Coach French probably trying to game plan here. And folks, be sure to join us tomorrow, Saturday, January 14th, as we're back live again with boys varsity hockey as South-Shanley takes on the Firebirds of Devil's Lake. Puck drop is set for 4:15 right here on ShanleyTV.com. Then we're live on Tuesday the 17th as the Deacons take on Moorhead in a doubleheader basketball matchup. Coverage starts with the girls at 5:45, followed by the boys at 7:30. Finally, be sure to join us Thursday the 19th for girls varsity basketball as Shanley takes on Grand Forks Central, that one with a 7:30 start time. Face-off won by the Bruins, but Zazada unable to hold the zone there. Has to give it off over to Lance. Lance now back to Zazada. That pass broken up by Moberg. Got to be careful here. And now it looks like the Bruins are going to pick up the penalty as Zazada was trying to prevent Moberg from getting the breakaway. Very unfortunate for South-Shanley now, as it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes, and then they'll get 50 last seconds of power play. And Jared, that is not what you want coming out of that timeout.
No, it is not, and that's going to turn the tides here in these last 3 minutes, and maybe the Governors can have a chance.
All right, so the face-off in the Bruin zone following that penalty. Face-off won to Lance. Lance though able to get to it. Now Fish loose in front of the net, had a great look. There's a man laying in the South-Shanley net there as Weffering went down. And now Lance brings it up, trying to get up to Sandy. Sandy moving in with speed. What moves by Luke Sandy, but he couldn't get back to that puck after firing it in on net. Fish moving up now, Braun working against him. Fish and Braun jamming at it. Luke Sandy gets that one. Sandy looking, he takes a big hit. And now Braun fires one and scores! Sean Braun, the loose puck!
Out of nowhere, he just comes in, picks up that puck, and puts it right over Wenswig's pad.
And I don't even think Braun was expecting that one. He just took a shot with a loose one and found an opening. What a break for the Bruins. What an opportunistic play there for Sean Braun. How about that awareness?
The puck just gets tied up and Luke Sandy skates there, and as he's turning, just gets shot out, and just an open shot there by Sean Braun, and he uses it.
And it was a 5-minute major, so this penalty is not expiring until all that time runs down. So the Bruins could score as much as they like. And now some great moves, but a better save by Bryant. Fantastic offense there for the Governors, but they were unable to put it away. Fish with a great feed to Rainham. He whiffed on it, though. Had a great look, maybe just overthought it a little bit. Campbell battling with Morehart for that puck. Montgomery and Morehart trying to win that puck away. Got to be careful, don't want to hold him on those boards. Morehart now has that one poked off his stick. He goes down behind his own net. And again, more scrumming for that puck. Morehart throws it along the boards. Honnell gets to it. And Honnell gives it off over to Montgomery. He's trying to get out of the neutral zone with that one, but it is brought right back in by Fish. And Carl Fish has been a very dominant player tonight for St. Paul Johnson. All over the ice now. Here comes Moberg with a great look. He shoots and scores to tie it.
That's just an unfortunate play there by Derek Morehart. Doesn't get the puck off of his stick and gets it taken away by Moberg.
Moberg, a big player there, as he just kind of throws him off the puck a bit. And Moberg has really been the difference maker here. His play made South-Shanley take the penalty as they were trying to prevent the breakaway, and then his play right there ties it up. So Isaac Moberg really the difference maker in tonight's game for St. Paul Johnson.
And as it's 4-on-4 hockey, no penalties will expire there, and it'll still stay at 4-on-4.
Moberg with the puck fresh off that goal. Wheeling around, trying to find a man, somehow still has it. Gives it off over to Hayes, who shoots one, but he roofed it too high. That was Heffernan, excuse me. Had a nice look, but Bryant was quick to take away any space there over the shoulder. So now 10 seconds left here on that penalty on South-Shanley. So then there will be 50 seconds of power play for South-Shanley. 1:24 left to go in this second period. Braun wheels around, looks for a man, gives it over to Johnson. Johnson looking up ice, he finds Sandy, who tips that one and lets it go down into the Governor's zone. And now the Bruins are at full strength. They got that top power play unit back out there. Johnson looking, shoots one. Harvey took a hit out in front, puck's still loose. Braun has it now for South-Shanley. Dumps it off over to Johnson. Johnson in the corner to Sandy. Under a minute to play now in the second. Johnson to Sandy. Sandy in the corner to Braun. He shoots one. It's saved. Gets to his own rebound, though. Able to hold the zone. Johnson now to Hansen. Hansen fires and he scores! A barrage of goals late in this second period, and now South-Shanley back in the lead.
Beautiful shot by Wyatt Hansen there, but an even better screen by John Harvey, giving Wenswig no vision of that puck.
Harvey, you're right, Jared. He's standing right in front of him, and Hansen absolutely threading the needle there. The defenseman, not typically too involved in the offensive rush. He steps right up there and fires a perfect wrister. 38 seconds left. South-Shanley got 14 seconds left of power play. They're going to try to hold this lead headed into the third period. And if you can say one thing about St. Paul Johnson tonight, it has been their response when they get scored on. They come out after that just flying, and we've seen them respond now twice extremely quick right after giving up a goal. So we're back to even strength now as the Bruins hold the puck in the St. Paul Johnson zone. Loose puck, that one going to be grabbed by Campbell now. He brings it up ice. Larson trying to get to it. He could not. Governor's moving in. Shot goes wide. Couldn't find its way to Bryant. Just 4 seconds left. Bruins trying to hold this lead. A big hit in the corner, and that'll do it for the second period. So after a roller coaster of a second, it is a 3-2 lead for South-Shanley. And Jared, why don't you break it down for us? How did we end up where we are right now?
Well, after a 0-0 first period, I was not expecting for them to come out and put up 5 goals in the second. It really looks like that 5-minute major, though, mixed things up and gave both teams an opportunity with the shorthand 4-on-4 and power play. And both teams have been taking opportunities now. And it looks like the Bruins will be going to the locker room with their heads held high, knowing they're up 1 goal. And look for them to come out and continue that.
That's for sure. As I said, though, St. Paul Johnson having some excellent responses here tonight. Should be interesting what these two teams bring to the table in the third. So after 2 periods of play, it's a 3-2 lead for South-Shanley. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a great finish. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School boys hockey action as we get ready for the third period here between the St. Paul Johnson Governors and the South-Shanley Bruins. But before we get back to the action, we would like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. Well, we're getting ready for the third period here between St. Paul and Fargo South-Shanley, And how about this, Jared? A 3-2 lead for South-Shanley headed into the third. And after a five-goal second period and a no-goal first period, what should we be expecting in the third?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really sure what could happen. It could really go either way. I think the big thing is going to be if the goalies can keep their stand. Ben Bryant has just been playing a wonderful game along with Wenswig, and it's really going to be who budgets first for who ties it or takes the lead. But I think the next goal is going to be one of the most important goals of the game here, whether the Governors can tie it or the Bruins can get a 2-goal lead and maybe shut down the Governors.
And, one of the biggest storylines in this game has been the special teams battle. South-Shanley has their first goal, a power play goal, then a 4-on-4 goal, and then another power play goal with that 5-minute major. And that is not, power play goals are not something that come very easily against St. Paul Johnson, as they have a 96% penalty kill on the season. Also, the Bruins have done a pretty good job killing the penalties up against a power play that converts 35% of the time. So some very impressive numbers here from St. Paul Johnson. But South-Shanley right now doing a very nice job on special teams. As we talked about at the end of that second period, the one thing about St. Paul Johnson here tonight is every time South-Shanley has been able to put one up on the board, they have come right back and answered in a very short amount of time. And we could see that here coming out of the gate in the third. They're going to be fired up. South-Shanley is too, and they do have that big line out there. But with Montgomery and Greatzer out there, the 6-footers a bit above that. So maybe trying to counter that offensive punch the Governors like to come with a bit of defense. With the puck drop, though, we are underway here in the third period, as already there's another scrum going on in this near corner as Honnold dumps that one in behind the Governor net. Fish back to retrieve. Governors moving it around. Hayes now up to Wiefering. Wiefering working against Lance. Nice pass looking for Moberg. Couldn't get his stick right on it, though. And then it's taken away by Montgomery. Nice defense there by the South-Shanley forward. Puck dumped in as the Governors go off for a change. Beaton throws it up ice to Honnold. Honnold now on the near side. He dumps it in. Nothing developing there, so South-Shanley goes for a change of their own. That top line out there for the Bruins as Harvey is able to get that puck. Now Sandy has it. Sandy feeds it through traffic. That one easily steered aside, though, by Wenswig. Governors coming back down the ice now. Johnson giving chase. Nice centering pass. Just about found its way in. It was tipped out in front of Bryant, but it went wide. Another shot from the point. This one's blocked. Flew high up into the air. Loose out in front. A high shot. Won't go. Now Harvey has it. He's going to try to send it up ice. Braun couldn't quite get to it. Puck dumped in. Again, Brian able to handle it. Harvey trying to clear it out of the zone. Governors maintain the pressure. Zada over to Johnson. Johnson faked the pass. Going to bring it up himself now. Bruins with some numbers, but Johnson just going to dump it in. Sandy giving chase, trying to take it away from Fish. Makes Fish spin around. Battle for the puck now. Larson comes away with it. Turns around, throws it up to Hansen. Hansen shoots that one through traffic. Can't find its way in. Trainer out front to Lance. He keeps one low, and that one goes just wide. Along the boards, Hansen continuing to keep it in. Larson just hammering away at that puck in the corner. He's been able to hold it for a while now. South-Shanley, though, not getting some clean looks here on this shift. Puck flipped up off the boards. Now an opportunity McClellan giving chase on that puck, but the Bruins were able to get back to it. Loose, no one knows where it is, and finally Hansen looked like he had it, but it was McClellan who was able to scoop it up. Again, more fighting for that puck in the near corner. That one played off the boards now by Anderson. Dumped back in, though, by the Governors. Puck comes out, and now with it is Luke Moberg. He fires one. That one broken up, goes wide. Now Moberg, Isaac Moberg, making some beautiful moves. South-Shanley got 3 men on him, but they still can't take it away. Moberg, centering pass, shot from Heesh. It's saved by Bryant. Greatzer flips it up off the boards, shot from the point. Bryant didn't have to work on it. It was just wide. 13:55 left to go now. Pressure coming. Heesh throws it up against the back of the net. Beaton brings it up ice now for South-Shanley, makes a move. Carrying it out, looking for Greatzer. Robbie Greatzer now with a one-on-one. He fires one that's gloved by Wenswig. And Robbie Greatzer loves to kind of hang out along the boards like that and get some breaks. Sometimes he's able to get separation and go for the breakaway. That time he got the one-on-one and just threw one in on Wenswig. But the Bruins do get the face-off in the offensive zone now. Puck tied up off the face-off, thrown back behind the Governor net. Governor's going to get the clear now. Campbell chasing that one down. He can't get to it, though. Johnson goes behind his own net. Throws it along the boards. Looking for Greatzer. It's Austin, though, who got there. Now Hayes throws it up along. Campbell couldn't get to it. Johnson working on him. This puck just wrapping around back and forth. Greatzer trying to clear it. He cannot, though. Shot broken up by Johnson. He'll throw it out, and finally, South-Shanley's going to get out of the zone, and they'll go off for a change. Pass tipped, collected at the blue line now, and a big hit on Johnson there. It was Raynham coming in at him. 12:51 on the clock now as the Bruins are working in that Governor zone. Can't get anything to go. Puck flipped past Lance. He goes back to retrieve. It's Benegas for the Governors who threw it in there. Harvey flips it up along. That pass intercepted, though, by McClellan. In front, still working at it is Xingzing. He can't get a look, though. Finally, they fire a shot, but it's steered aside by Bryant. Fantastic defense right now from South-Shanley. They're in all the passing lanes. Lance tied up. Also beaten. Sandy's in there. He's going at a man. And finally, the Bruins look like they'll come away with this one as Harvey brings it up along the near side. Braun fires it into the zone, and that one's just going to slide in as both teams go off for a change. 12 minutes left as that puck is dumped in. Heesh over to Wiefering. Moberg now behind the net. He couldn't get a handle on it. Zazada trying to keep him out of the play. Larson almost lost an edge. He has to wheel around. Made a nice play, though. Able to get away from trouble. Trainer couldn't get a handle on it, and he took a big hit into the boards. And now we'll get a whistle. Ben Trainer is down. Mouthguard came out onto the ice.
It looked as though Ben Trainer's back of the helmet hit the boards pretty viciously there.
Ooh, that was a big hit. But, you know, that's the game St. Paul Johnson plays. They play physical hockey. And it is very effective a lot of times, but you do run that risk when you play like that, as they will have a man off to the box now, and South-Shanley's going to go on the power play again. So again, that special teams battle coming into play now. 11:36 left to go in the game. Face-off won by the Bruins. Puck goes back to Zazada. He gets it off over to Lance. Lance looking, fires one, and it's gloved by Wenswig. Nice play, flipped it up into his glove. Lance quick to pull the trigger there. Bruins really want to add to this lead right now. This is a big opportunity for him as Sandy wins that draw, and now Braun has it. He'll sit and pass it off to Sandy. Down to Lance out top. Lance looking over to Braun. Braun up to Lance. Lance over to Zazada on the far side. He goes back to Lance at the point. Now over to Sandy. Sandy looks, makes a move over to Braun. Braun going back inside off the side of the net. Sandy gloved it back down. Looking for a man to get it off to. Braun takes it away, able to get it out of trouble, but then that one is taken away by Fish. A beautiful play there by the defenseman. Zazada working against Campbell. Lance comes in to scoop it up. Now a minute 12 left on the clock. Sandy bringing the puck in. It's a 3-on-2 here for the Bruins. That shot through traffic could not find its way to the goaltender. Harvey back to Sandy. Back out top to Lance. Lance now over to Zazada. Zazada hesitates, moving in. Fires one off the ice, flipped up onto the glass. Braun takes a big hit into the boards. Sandy wheels around, goes to Lance out top. The Bruins just passing this puck around, looking for a shot. That one tipped though by Fish. Lance got to go back to get it. Big opportunity, Fish moving in. Tried to fire it somehow off the backhand. The shorty.
Wow, it looked as though the ref would have called a penalty shot anyway, but still great play there for the Governors to tie up this game with a shorthanded goal.
I'm not sure how Carl Fish got that puck in the back of the net. Just persistence there, driving, bearing down on Ben Bryant, and he just did not let himself get thrown off that puck, and it just found its way in there. And Carl Fish, I tell you what, he has been one of the best players on the ice tonight.
It looked as though Lance kind of wanted that penalty shot there to give him less of like a chance, give Ben Bryant more of a shot for that one. But it looks like Governors are going to tie up this game here.
3-3 now after the shorthanded goal. South-Shanley with just 15 seconds of power play time left. And Moberg is doing a wonderful job of eating that up. Just holding on to that puck in the corner. Montgomery able to take it away. And then he loses a handle on it. Moberg trying to get back to it. Moberg, Greatzer came in there to take him out, but he could not. Moberg continuing to work around the South-Shanley defenders. And now Hansen takes that puck. Hansen flipping it up ice. That one just about intercepted, and then finally Luke Moberg took it away at the point. 9:20 now left to go. Montgomery with it. Looking for Greatzer there. He fired it up ice. Puck loose, but Honnold just has to flip it in. Delayed offsides called. And now the Governors will bring it out. Beaton. Looking, he dumps it off back to Trainer. He's back after taking a big hit in the corner that led to that penalty. Lance. Off the backhand, feeding it up, looking for Larson. That puck scooped up, though, by Benegas. Battle in the corner. Bruins going to come away with it. It's Montgomery moving up ice. Has that one poked away by Fish. Trainer now goes back to Lance. Lance over to Beaton. Up ice to Larson. Christian Larson moving in. Larson with a head of steam has it knocked off his stick. Trainer in the corner. He's trying to find a man, and then it's just scooped up by Fish, the man of the hour. Fish against Beaton. Beaton with a fantastic defensive move there to take it away. Larson flips it up ice. Trainer giving chase now. Ben Trainer moving in with speed. He was able to beat one man, but he just couldn't quite beat Hayes. Hayes off the glass. Larson tried to whack it down. He could not. Johnson throws it in. And now the Bruins are going to get some fresh legs after a long shift there for the third line. 8 minutes and counting left to go. Johnson working along the boards. The Governors now trying to move into position. They got a couple men open out at the point. Heffernan could not get that one under control, lost it, and Harvey goes back to give chase for the Bruins. Heffernan threw it up along the boards. Governors moving it in now. Austin with speed, he takes a big hit there. Zazada sacrificing the body to throw him off the puck. That puck goes sky high now as it's gloved down by Campbell. Sandy gets there though to take it away. Luke Sandy tried to make a play with that puck, wasn't sure what to do though, and had it poked away. Johnson up ice to Braun. Braun checks it down into the Governor zone. Nothing developing though. He'll go off for a change. Pass looking to thread the needle there. Won't go. Icing is the call with 7:04 left to play.
Good play there by Hish to maybe get the odd man rush and catch the South Bruins on a change, but the pass just too far for him to catch.
Draw one quickly by Honnold there. Hansen with it, holds the zone, flips it up to Honnold. Moberg has it though, as he flips that one up looking for Heesh. Lance to Montgomery. Montgomery over to Hansen. Now trying to get it to Greatzer, too far out in front of him. Thrown up ice to Moberg. Moberg moves in now with some great moves. That one saved by Bryant, still loose out in front, poked away. The Governors, though, maintain possession. Heffernan along the boards to Weefering, but Greatzer is right there to get the loose puck. Still kept in the zone as Robbie Greatzer sends a man down, and he's going to pick up a penalty himself. A vicious hit there on Shingzing.
It looks as though the hands were pretty close. Yes,
yeah, that was...
The hands were right on the face of the Governor's player, and Robbie Greatzer will get that penalty.
And that was a very good call there. Greatzer got the hands right in the face mask, and he'll sit for 2 minutes now.
It's just going to be elbowing, so just the 2 minute there. Nothing like boarding or checking from behind. And they'll be down for 2 minutes, and a huge chance for the Governors to take the lead.
Well, we just saw the Governors get a shorty of their own. Can the Bruins? At the very least, they want to try and hold St. Paul off the board here. Moberg over to Heffernan. Now over to Luke Moberg. Back to Heffernan. Back to Moberg. Moberg looking, fires through traffic. Puck loose, shot, won't go. Montgomery wraps it around the boards, and he's able to get that one out of the zone. Nice play there by Casey Montgomery. Under 6 minutes left to play now. 1:30 left on the penalty. Isaac Moberg along the far side. Dumped it in, took a hit there from Larson. Montgomery tied up with Austin. Trying to take it away. He cannot. Weefering able to get up to Moberg. Moberg over to Isaac Moberg. Heffernan back to Luke Moberg. Looks, hesitates, backs off. Trying to make up his mind. Dumped it into the corner. Bruins still cannot get a stick on this puck right now as Montgomery went down. The puck still loose in front. Bryant's down on the ground. Still loose, no whistle, and finally that one's blown dead. What an opportunity as Austin face washes Lucas Johnson by the net.
What a great recovery there by Ben Bryant. People all over him, yet he is still able to get on the other side of the puck and stop that puck at the last second.
Ben Bryant has had an absolutely fantastic night. 5:19 left in the game, 54 seconds left to go on the penalty, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout taken here by St. Paul, I believe. So, the Governors will take the timeout now with 54 seconds left on this power play. And Jared, what do you think the reasoning is here behind the timeout?
I think they're just going to try and get a good power play set up here, set out a good line, get their first line rested up, and send them out on the power play to maybe get something going here, get some good passes, and look for that backdoor shot, or just from the point, get a ton of people up front and get an open shot there. But a lot of high pressure by the Bruins here, throwing their bodies just to block shots on the penalty kill, and I'd like to see more of that for the rest of this penalty.
And in an update from girls basketball, number 4 Shanley defeats number 2 Grand Forks Red River 74-59 in Grand Forks. So big win for the Lady Deeks there. St. Paul coming out of the timeout now, hoping to have their game plan set for the rest of this power play. South-Shanley, meanwhile, happy to get their penalty killers rested here. They got another 54 seconds to kill. 5:19 left to go. We're all tied up. Contested face-off. Able to get to it, though, was the Governors. That puck loose, though, and Hansen's able to throw it up ice. Nice play from Wyatt Hansen now as that puck is corralled by Wenswig. Moberg looking. Throws it up ice, and now Austin moves in. He had that one knocked off, and then that is thrown back down by Montgomery. Heffernan a bit slow to get up there. 25 seconds left on the penalty. Heffernan moving in, trying to thread the needle up there to Austin. He could not. Now entering the zone, though, are the Governors. Moberg with a look, fires one. Bryant clamps down on it, and Ben Bryant with another huge save.
Just 13 seconds left on this power play for the Governors.
4:38 left to go in the game. And now South-Shanley going to send out Sandy and Braun to try to finish this off. Face-off won by the Governors. Taken by the defenseman at the point, sent back down to Heesh. In the corner, the Bruins just trying to tie this one up until they can get the kill, and now they will. South-Shanley at full strength as Harvey comes down there, and the full top line for the Bruins is out now. Puck flipped up ice, Braun giving chase, trying to knock it off the stick, just out of reach. And that is a long reach for the 6'4" Sean Braun. Sandy giving chase, trying to catch up to that puck. He gets there, stops, throws one over to Braun, who had a beautiful look but couldn't quite settle it down. Happened in a nick of time, just not enough to think about what he wanted to do with that one. And now Wenswig makes the save as that one bounces around over to Braun. Lance fires on the ice, loose in front, and Wenswig will hop down on it and cover it up.
And the Bruins immediately after coming off of the penalty kill get some chances of their own, and let's see if this can continue.
3:40 left to play now. South-Shanley going to send that second line out. Draw one by Honnold, back to Hansen. He wraps it along the boards, hoping a man can catch up. Honnold got in there, able to break it up a bit, but the Governors still able to get out of their zone. That one thrown up ice then by Lance. Montgomery steered it forward with the skate, but couldn't go anywhere. Hansen wraps it along the boards. Near side, Governors throwing it in. Puck loose, opportunity there for Shinzing, but he could not get a look. A lot of bodies out in front. Montgomery going to flip it down now as Honnold moves in. Honnold tied up with that puck. Doubles back, able to maintain possession, and then finally Shinzing will move in and take that one away. Shinzing up ice now. Johnson will take care of that one for South-Shanley, and he gives it off over to Zazada. Zazada looking for Montgomery. He's been out there a while. Zazada gloves that one down, unable to hold the zone, but trying to keep it in the neutral zone. Puck flipped up. Zazada there to grab it, and now finally the Governors will come away with it. Moberg moving in. 2-on-1 opportunity. Pass, though, broken up by Johnson. What a play. Lucas Johnson laying flat on his stomach to break up the pass, and now it's a 2-on-2 for South-Shanley. Montgomery almost made a heck of a move, but it was broken up in the legs of Hayes. Puck thrown down ice. Bryant takes it. Got to watch out. Moberg right there. Moberg so fast, able to catch up to that one. The pass out in front. It's broken up, though, by Larson, trying to steer it up ice. Trainer takes it out. Now Ben Trainer moves in with it, and he'll dump it in. South-Shanley gets the change as that top line comes out now with 1:54 to go. Without his stick now is Wenswig. He's able to get back to it, though, as the Governors get the change. Austin moving in with speed. Beaton throws it back, looking for Harvey, and a big collision as Anderson goes down. Lance throwing the body. Governors fire one on the shot there. That was Ranum. Pressure here from St. Paul now. 1:30 left to play. The puck is loose behind the South-Shanley net. Mason Lance trying to clear. He can't, though. It wraps along the boards over to Heffernan. And again, another battle in the corner. Approaching the 1-minute mark now.
Bruins get their first line out there for the last minute of this game.
Braun could not get out of his own zone, had to dump it over to Lance. Lance now over to Beaton. Beaton off the backhand up to Braun. Moberg kept it in, though. Poked forward by Beaton, though. A fantastic defensive play, and now Harvey with a 1-on-2. Not much he can do but dump it in. He was able to get the shot on Wenswig, though. Now entering the final minute of regulation here. Wiefering throwing it up ice, looking for Heesh. Heesh takes a big hit from Lance. And then Bryant will settle that one down. Hansen takes it. Hansen wraps it along the boards. Honnold going to steer it up ice. Puck moving down ice. Montgomery trying to kill the icing, and he'll win the battle, but icing will be the call.
Just 30 seconds left in this game.
Montgomery with the effort to try to catch up to that puck. thought he got there before icing would come into effect, but it was close. It was right on the line. So just 30 seconds left. The draw between Moberg and Montgomery. One by Moberg, back to his defenseman. That one blocked. Great play with the stick for the Bruins. Shot loose in front. Bryant able to get the save. Still loose. No whistle. Finally. Play is called dead, and now we've got some scrumming there.
What a save by Ben Bryant. Getting the initial shot and the rebound too. Stretching out his right leg to save that rebound.
Hansen made a great play on Hefferman, so he couldn't get the point shot off. And then you're right, Jared. Ben Bryant just closing that net down. And this one's getting chippy out there, all tied up with just 22 seconds left. You saw the battling after the puck there. Robbie Greatzer grabbing his own man there. Doesn't want anyone picking up any bad penalties. Johnson gets back to the puck, tried to move it up ice. Caught, though, in the legs of Moberg. Just 12 seconds left. Bruins trying to get out of their own zone. With time now, the Governors have a look. 4 seconds left. Trying to send this one to overtime. Point shot just wide, and that'll do it for regulation. 3-3 after 3 periods of play.
What an up and down game here.
And there's just not much you can say. An all-out battle, just intense from that first period to the third. And now we'll have a 3-minute break here as both teams get ready for overtime, and that is a much-needed break as these two teams have given it everything they've got and then some tonight.
All players going out to congratulate Ben Bryant for helping them get to overtime here.
So now 2:25 left on that break here. And Jared, your expectations for overtime? I mean, it's been a pretty wild game. Tough to have really any expectations, but what do you think we might see?
I'd expect to see chances back and forth, not just point shots, but high quality chances from both teams. The Governors really looked like they could have had a big breakthrough there in the final couple of minutes, but Ben Bryant coming up huge to shut them down. And for South, I'd expect some clear shots and some odd man rushes, trying to get the Governors off on a change and maybe coming down on an odd man rush and getting a goal like that.
And you know, I think one of the more impressive things on the South-Shanley team tonight might be the play of Tanner Beaton. Usually a forward, been playing that last year and this year on varsity, but in tonight's game, South-Shanley is down a defenseman, and so Tanner Beaton has been cycling in at some defense, and he has looked like one of their best defenders. We've seen him make some fantastic plays that might make the coaches think twice about moving him back to forward.
And also, I am not sure yet, but I do believe we haven't seen Derek Morehart back in the game yet after he had that injury.
We did see him come back on the ice for a brief period, but I think you're right, Jared. We haven't seen him in a long time since. So maybe trying to play through it, and maybe not an injury he can play through, but you know, we don't want to speculate. Hope he can heal up, though, as South-Shanley already tonight is down a defenseman. And, you know, there's not a lot you can say at this juncture in the game. Just two teams having given it everything they've got. And now we enter a sudden death overtime period, and it's just unfortunate that one team is going to have to lose tonight.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit of luck for a team to end up winning this one.
So both teams getting set now, coming out of that break, hoping to have their game plan set for this overtime period. It'll be the second line out there for Shanley, a bit more of a defensive-oriented line with Honnell, Greatzer, and Montgomery. As a big line, Robbie Greatzer at 6'2", Casey Montgomery at 6 foot. Long reach for both those players. Both love to throw the body, so perhaps trying to out-muscle this top scoring line here for St. Paul Johnson as we begin this 8-minute overtime period. Beaton over to Lance. He goes up to Montgomery. Montgomery now checks it down the boards. And giving chase will be Montgomery, as St. Paul Johnson is just going to move this one out of their zone. Heffernan dumps it in. Beaton goes back to retrieve, throws along, looking for Greatzer. Moberg got in there to try to break it up. He couldn't get possession, though. Heffernan throws it in. Greatzer right there. He plays along the boards. Heffernan is there once again. Heffernan with a move to get around Greatzer. Moberg has it now. St. Paul with numbers, but that puck was broken up and taken away by Montgomery. Greatzer now on the backhand, throws it down on net. Wenswig is going to have to cover it up. And so now South-Shanley is going to get a face-off in the offensive zone as they send their top line out. .7:14 remaining in overtime. Draw, one by the Governors. Sandy tried to work his way around and fire a quick shot off, but he couldn't. Pass now up to Austin, flip past Zazada. St. Paul moving in. Austin centers one right in front, shot saved by Bryant. Zazada looking, he goes backhand looking for Braun. That one won't find its way though, and finally Sean Braun will scoop it up. Braun moving in, got Sandy to his right. Not a lot of space to work with though. He got knocked off the puck, and a nice defensive play there by Cray. Johnson against Austin. Austin over to Cray, that one off his skate. Braun moving in, trying to force it out, throws Cray into the boards. Backhand pass now up to Johnson. Lucas Johnson up to Sean Braun, and that puck will come out of the zone as South-Shanley's going to try to get a change here. Johnson circles around, puck loose. St. Paul now with numbers out in front, but just in time come the reinforcements for South-Shanley as Rothfuse comes in for, I believe, the first time in tonight's game and was able to close down any of the passing lanes out in front. The senior Rothfuse, a bit of an everyman for South-Shanley, can play both defense and forward. And tonight, down 2 defensemen, I think we'll see him a bit at that defensive position. That puck is going to be wrapped along the boards, down, but there won't be icing. That puck was tipped, they say. So 5:40 left, Larson giving chase, just about poked it away. But the Governors maintain possession as they move out of their own zone. Puck flipped up, Lance settles it down, throws it up along the boards. Larson is there. Now here comes Christian Larson. Larson with a man on him, trying to work his way around, and he's just going to be shoved into the boards there. Couldn't find much space to work with. Larson goes backhand out to Lance. Lance fires, that one saved by Wenswig. Trainer tried to poke it away, he can't. Montgomery had a look at it, but he couldn't get it. Trainer now has the puck, throws it over to Honnell. Trainer fires, Montgomery, and still nothing. A great look there for South-Shanley, but now with it are the Governors. Moberg moving in all alone, shoots, saved by Bryant. He didn't know where it was. Puck wrapping along the boards. Montgomery is there. He's in a foot race. He can't win it though. Heesh up against Lance, and then that one will go back behind the South-Shanley net. 4:38 left to play. The Bruins could really use a change right now, as Campbell will track that down and throw it behind the net to Heesh. Heesh looking. Campbell with it now, working against Hansen. Tried to get it out in front to Austin. He could not. Scrum for the puck. Austin goes down. Now there's a stick on the ground. Both teams battling for it, but it's St. Paul who comes away with it. Loose out in front. Shot steered aside by Bryant. I'm not sure if that even got to him. It might have gone just wide. Shot from the point goes right of Bryant. 4 minutes left now. Puck somehow kept in. A great effort by Hayes. And then that one is steered along aside the boards and finally out of the zone. And a nerve-wracking series of events there for South-Shanley. Bryant, though, stands tall for them as that puck goes loose in the corner, and they still really can't get a change here. Just a partial one as Braun is out there now. Braun able to block that shot. And a great play there by Sean Braun to get his body in the way.
Now the Bruins get a well-needed change here, as most of their players were still out on the ice for a few minutes there. And if they had stayed out there for much longer, the Governors could have had a really good chance.
Casey Montgomery was trapped out there for quite a while, and he has taken some long shifts tonight. Strong two-way forward for the Bruins. They've needed him in a lot of situations. Harvey goes down off the draw. The Governors with possession. Weefering had it in the corner. Sandy, though, is going to steer it over to Braun now. Sean Braun moving up with it. He throws it off the boards up to Harvey. Harvey looking. Can't find the man. Braun and Sandy move in to help him out. Sandy has it now. He's in trouble looking for Braun. It's tied up in the skates of a defender. And now the Governors will move it out. Heesh giving chase. Beaton throws it back up ice. 3 minutes on the clock now as Moberg moves in. Luke Moberg working against Beaton. Lance ties a man up along the boards. Poking away at it is Beaton, and now the Governors again with another great look. That puck continues to find its way in front of Bryant, but the Bruins are steering it aside so far. Beaton moves up with it, showing some of those tendencies as a forward as he fires one from a tough angle that's deflected into the netting. Now 2:36 left as the Bruins will change.
It's really been all Governors here for the opening 5.5 minutes here of overtime. And Ben Bryant just playing good again, keeping the Bruins in this. And hopefully the Bruins can get a out-of-tune shot here for a goal.
Montgomery back on the ice after a short break. This second line, not a ton of time to sit after a very long shift. Kind of looks like the Bruins are cycling two lines right now in an effort to match the intensity St. Paul Johnson has got right now. And St. Paul wants a trip on that play. It was close. I'm not sure if the stick got in the legs. Dangerous play, though, for the Bruins. Don't want to go down a man here. Zazada behind his own net. Up to Honnold. Honnold flips it along the boards and is able to get it out of the zone. Montgomery got in the way of that one. And that's tied up in the skates of Honnold and grabbed by Moberg. Shot on goal, saved by Bryant, and then a collision into Bryant. It was Austin, not Moberg. And Austin just right into Bryant. And will there be a call for that?
Looks as though they're not going to call anything on that.
So nothing called. Austin moved in there, playing through that whistle. Thought maybe Bryant hadn't quite covered it. He went down, a little shoving after. But 2:04 left. They'll let him play 5-on-5. Moberg and Montgomery in on the faceoff. That one won by Moberg. Greatzer got there, though, able to force it forward. Puck flipped up in the air. Moberg moving in on it. Lance able to box him out, but Moberg finds his way to the puck. He looks now, fires a great pass intended for his brother. That one just wide, though, or just past Moberg. And now Montgomery trying to thread the needle past Luke Moberg, but he couldn't. Lance. Pass off the boards to Greatzer, lost it in his skates. Governors continue to hold it in the zone, and finally the Bruins will get the change, and a huge hit into the boards on Larson.
Just 1:27 left in this period.
Larson tried to answer that hit, and now the Bruins trying to work out of their own zone. Braun bringing it up ice. Sean Braun moving in with speed, lost a handle, goes backhand, but it's taken away by Moberg. Puck finds its way to Beaton now. 1:05 left to play in overtime. Braun throws it up ice, and that one is going to be gloved by Wenswig. As this game wears on, it just gets more physical. These two teams really battling it out right now. Very, very intense down on the ice. Face-off won by Sandy, back to Beaton. Beaton throws it along the boards. Sandy gives chase. Hayes able to throw it up ice, and the Governors will get the clear. That puck worked past Lance. Beaton got to do something with it. He's able to flip it out of the zone on a nice play. Puck fed along the boards. Down to Beaton. Beaton had Campbell on him, trying to get it up to Trainer. Campbell gets to it, though. Beaton up along the glass. And unable to corral that one was Heffernan.
Just 30
Sandy now
seconds.
moving in. And as you said, 30 seconds to play. Trainer breaks that one up. Getting boxed out, though. Out-muscled Trainer, somehow able to kick it forward. And now Sandy's going to come off for a change here. Governor's trying to catch him in transition as Austin tips that one forward. And a big hit there on Lance. Austin throwing the body around behind the net. Trainer kicks it loose. Montgomery just going to fire one, and he hits Harvey. And so the buzzer will do it, I believe, as I'm not familiar with the rules of overtime. This is our first overtime hockey game, but it appears to be the case, as that is it for the game. A tie really seems to be fitting for these two squads, wouldn't you say, Jared?
Yeah, a tie seems fitting, but I don't think either team will be satisfied with the result here. They both wanted the win coming into this game.
And, that's really true, Jared. I don't think either team will be satisfied at all with a tie after the intensity, after all the battling, all the ups and downs. Really nothing was expected in this game. Real back-and-forth battle, but in the end, a tie. And so, well, it's fitting. It's a tough break as both squads battled hard for that win. Jared, any final thoughts here before we sign off? Your impressions on what was really a great game?
It really was a great game. Back and forth, kept the audience on their toes pretty much the whole game, expecting what to happen next. Just a real out-of-nowhere game. Just everyone, everyone.
Not much you can say, Jared.
No,
I understand sometimes a loss for words in a game like this. Folks, before we let you go, though, we would like to remind you tomorrow, Saturday the 14th, we're back live again with boys varsity hockey as South-Shanley takes on the Firebirds of Devil's Lake. Puck drop is set for 4:15 right here on ShanleyTV.com. And with that, for Jared Fowler and our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo, South-Shanley Bruins 3, St. Paul Governors 3. To watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.